Merry Christmas.
Yes. It is actually Christmas Day.
It is actually Christmas Day.
Look at us grafting on Christmas Day.
We'll let you believe that. So this is a special episode of the What's in the Bag Golf Show.
Yes. Today, we're going to give you an inside look into our podcast.
Behind the scenes.
Yes. So our podcast is called How to Ruin a Good Walk. And you're going to get to see us filming it, our reactions, the different parts and sections of the podcast. But in essence, we're going to show you the best bits.
So the podcast is usually around an hour long. We're going to give you our favourite snippets. So we hope you sit back, enjoy this, and have a great Christmas Day, everybody.
Absolutely.
See you later. This is episode 8 of the How to Ruin a Good Walk podcast. So, on today's show, we've got apparently a chopper story from me, which is clearly not a chopper story.
Massive
Mate, it's never been a chopper story.
Yes, guys, we are going to update you on what happened when we played at Hillston Hall and when the chopper sat to my right.
I
did
played
not
golf.
listen to a word that I said.
Then we're now going to get into Tour Trash Talk and bringing our favourite moments, and just some of them, of the 2020 season. We know it's a bit of a short one this year, but there's still some really good moments.
Absolutely. We're also going to discuss the PNC Championship, where there was a particular woods, should we say, that was basically all over Instagram, all over golfing news, and it's not Tiger.
It's not Tiger. And the best bit of this show, and I can't wait to get to this part, it's basically ridiculing a golf club. There's been some absolute, well, I don't know if I can say this word, shithousery, in my opinion. Is that even a word?
That's a word, yeah. It's a word. It's harsh.
Is it, though?
Well, we will see, and we'll let you guys...
So this is a story that's been sent in to us.
Yes, and we'll let you guys...
Yeah,
you have your
decide.
judgment on it. Yeah.
In my opinion, as you can tell right now, I'm getting a bit irate about the whole situation.
He is very irate. Very irate.
Right, well, let's start at the start. And as you know, it's Chopper of the Week. And I'm going to leave it to Josh to explain this story, because apparently I've been a chopper.
So, as you all remember, last week we discussed playing Hillston Hall on Friday. So it was myself and Alex, and then two of our friends, Sam and Carl, that we always play with. And we have a bit of a series running, don't we?
Yeah.
We've got a series of matches running.
Can I just say one thing before we even go into this story? Your handicaps that you play off.
Oh, God.
You are bandits.
Hey, still going on about this. So anyway, we have a bit of a series of matches going on, okay? And in this series of matches, before Friday, the score was 2-1 to me and Sam. So we played in teams. We played Better Ball Stableford. The first round at Carden Park, Alex and Carl won. Then the next two rounds, also at Carden Park, we went on a stay there, didn't we?
Mini stag do, but no one's getting married.
Correct. Me and Sam wiped the floor with these two.
No. It was not a wipe of the floor. You won it with like 1 or 2 holes to go every single time, mate. On the first round, you won it on the last putt. Clearly not wiping the floor.
What happened in the second round?
You won on like the 16th.
We wiped the floor with him.
After I knobbed it in the water.
Wiped the floor with him. Cheers. So,
anyway, back to my story.
So, the next round of the match was Friday at Hillston Hall, put on by my boss from work, Dave. So thank you very much for that. So we turn up. Weather's holding off to start with, wasn't it?
Weather's holding off.
I'm setting the scene here.
Mate, we were driving there. It was like driving rain. Get out the car. Still driving rain.
It wasn't. When we teed
it was
off,
terrible.
When we teed off, it wasn't raining. Right?
End of the world.
It wasn't raining. So anyway, we're on the first tee, and Alex says to me, I've played there before. So Alex says to me, what's the crack here then? So I said, well, I'm a driver. Anything left is in the drink.
No.
Don't interrupt. Anything left is in the water.
No.
Oh, yeah, all right, mate. Yeah.
No.
So let me picture all this. It's sort of like a straight down.
It's not straight
down. It's pretty much straight,
I asked you a
mate.
question.
Mate.
Was it slight dogleg to the right? You went straight down. It's clearly a slight dogleg to the right.
Oh
I'll describe the hole, right?
Can you see the flag from the tee? So
but
what's your issue then?
No. Let me explain the hole. So imagine you got a straight hole, right? You go straight down. I do agree with that part. The water on the left-hand side starts wide and cuts in towards the green. So they've cut the fairway on a slight angle for the second shot. So therefore, in my eyes, The hole is a bit of a dog leg to the right.
Right. Okay. But what did I say to you?
Don't go
Wait,
left. I
what
hit
were
it
the
just
words?
over the left bunker. If you told me explicitly,
No,
mate, that
no,
water
hold on.
cuts in. That water cuts in. No, you're not holding
Mate,
on.
hold on.
Yeah, what water cuts in? I wouldn't have hit it there.
Do you know what? He is absolutely mega fuming about this.
Yeah,
But
because it
here's
cost me
the-
the only bogey of the day.
Here's the thing.
Just saying.
Here's the thing, mate. I said to you, anything left is in the drink, right?
Yeah.
And you started it on the bunker and drew the ball.
No, it's a bit of a toe.
Yeah. Okay. So you a wounded pigeon. So you mishit the ball anyway, and you've gone left, and he stuck it straight in the water, right, on the first tee.
No,
And he
no,
blamed
no.
me. He blamed
It's your
me.
fault. If you told me the water cuts in down the left, I probably wouldn't have hit driver.
You did not
Or I would have blasted it up the right and half.
You did not listen to me.
I did.
You didn't.
Because I'm going to give you a second example of when you gave me absolutely shocking information. The last hole, which we will get to at this point, there's another funny story around this, is what is a tough hole, right? It's a tough hole, this.
Yeah,
dog
really
leg
tough.
left. This actually is another dog leg.
It's a proper dog leg.
It's a proper dog leg. Josh's like, yeah, hit it straight up the right half. No, mate, you want to be up the left half with driver and leave yourself a wedge in. This clown, oh yeah, I always hit 5 iron off here. That's what we had in. 230 yards into the flag. Whilst it was absolutely chucking it down. So there's two clear examples of you not giving the right information.
The first
Put it this way, you're not caddying.
The first hole was perfectly right information, mate.
No.
You just didn't listen to me, and you just played a bad shot.
It wasn't very
just
clear.
Just admit.
No.
You played a bad shot.
No.
Look at him. Oh, I'm a pro. I never play bad. You played a bad shot.
No, I do play bad
You played a
shots.
bad shot, and you can't live with that.
I
That's
do-
your issue,
I
mate.
I can live with it because
That's
I play plenty
You're a
of them.
chopper, mate. That's the issue.
Wow. Wow.
So
You're a chopper, mate. Live with it.
anyway,
Wow.
Anyway, so the course was actually had the back nine closed, so
Yeah.
we were able though to play the front nine twice, weren't we?
Yeah, I mean, no one else on the golf course because the weather was absolutely terrible.
But we're coming down. We're coming down the ninth, and it was like walking into
What we should say is
a hurricane.
If you want to see how bad this is,
yes,
on Friday we're putting this podcast on YouTube, like the best snippets, and I'll make sure I put a video of me playing the last hole there.
yes,
I mean,
it's
what?
It
What?
was just
What?
like
What?
monsoon weather. So we walking up the night from these two leading by a shot, Alex and Carl, trying to claim a victory after 9 holes.
Anybody else would have
claim a victory after 9 holes.
People were walking off the golf course, and we thought the golf course was closed.
That's not my issue, mate. You were trying to claim a victory after 9 holes.
I think I've got a cold from it as well. I have got a cold
victory.
from that.
Anyway, so we actually, my boss who lives around the corner turned up with a brew for us.
I mean, that's Dave. That was absolutely top draw. Because
Solid.
obviously, no golf clubs are open at the minute. The brew and probably the pro shop wouldn't have been great, but honestly, that brew was top draw, Dave. One thing that Josh did ruin a good brew. Now, ask yourself a question right now.
There you go. This is a golf podcast.
No,
not a
I don't
coffee
care.
podcast,
I think
mate.
people need to know this. How many sugars is acceptable in a cup of tea? Sorry, a coffee.
I don't like the taste of coffee, mate.
How many acceptable? We're saying like an acceptable amount. Most people probably have none. Some people have 1, possibly 2. 1, possibly 2.
And I have 3.
No, Josh has 6.
I didn't have 6. That's a lie. That's a blatant lie.
But what Josh will do is, right, if Josh had the choice here, he would have had vanilla or caramel syrup in his coffee. Dave, sort it out.
He brought it with him.
I know he did. And a couple of sugars. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, that's probably the equivalent to about 6 or 7 sugars in a cup of coffee. Now, that is ridiculous.
Anyway, back to the golf.
Walked off to there, didn't he, with his chest pumped high and played all right from there and in.
So we then, the weather, there was a break in the weather. So we decided
A break in the weather.
that we were going to play the first 9 again because these two weren't having a hollow victory of 9 holes.
Hollow victory.
So we go around. It's very, very, very
I'm
close.
still thinking there's some creative accountancy
There's
going on.
definitely not. Basically, the round ended. Me and Sam won by about 2 shots. 2
Anyway,
points.
let's gloss over
They're
that.
mega fuming.
It came down to the last hole.
It came down to the last hole. Came down to the put on the
My
last
partner
hole.
played very well.
He did for a change.
We all played
We-
okay considering the weather.
Yeah.
None of us hold a putt, that's what we would say.
Yeah.
Me and Josh afterwards were like, oh, we all thought we played pretty well, but no, and I mean this, no one, you had that round where a few you might hold like a 10,
Yeah.
15, 4, or even like a long one.
Yeah.
One of us has always hold like a long putt, probably usually me. No one hold a putt. I mean, the greens were very wet.
They were wet.
But
it was horrendous.
It's winter.
Yeah, but we won by 2 shots. But on the last hole, probably one of the
Oh my god.
most hilarious
I
things.
was crying.
Right. So
I
Sam
didn't know thinking about
Sam
it.
pegs the ball up and decides he's taking 3 wood. Right?
Well, it's okay at this point, isn't it?
Yeah. And I'm just going to do a caveat to this. The day after.
No, we don't care about the caveat.
No, listen. The day after, I played again with Sam. And I've seen him hit the best 3-wood shot I've ever seen. 230 yards, took it 10 foot from the flag.
Anyway,
right?
we don't want to hear about good shots. It's a shot for the week.
Bear in mind, he's done that the day after. On what was the 18th or the 9th hole, he decides it's going to be his 3-wood. He pegs the ball up, right?
Last to tee off, and he
last to tee off, pegs the ball up, and he swings so hard at the ball, tops it, and it like pops up to the point where he chased it and tried to kick it.
He chased it. But imagine the tee box is like here, innit? And then he pegged it up on the right hand side.
Yeah.
He's like tops it into the ground and it's going like back front left of the tee
Yeah.
box. And he's run after it and tried to kick
He's run after it and tried to volley it down the fairway. But then obviously is a bit like fuming at himself, so he just steps up and he absolutely unleashed hell on the golf ball.
He did hit a good second
and
3-wood.
leathered it. But yeah, class. Nice little bit of Toppingtons to volley attempt. There's a trick shot there somewhere, isn't
See
there?
what, I'd have loved him to actually...
He probably could have broke his foot.
Because he was going to give it... I think he sort of pulled out of the kick. I think he could have probably got there if he fully invested it in
because
it.
I think he probably realised it would hurt if he kicked it.
Yeah.
But then I think we were cold, wet. That's a hamstring pull of that, innit? That's a big...
It's for you boys, made of glass.
Rich, I've got a bad back.
I have got a bad back after carrying Carl.
Made of glass chip. Wow. Wow. So yeah, that's our update on the round, and this chopper sat next to me.
It wasn't. There's no. I'm.
So are you going to be chopper of the week, or are you going to give it Sam?
I'm gonna give it Sam. It's just not.
I
No,
think it's you, mate.
it's not up for debate. It's not up for debate. I'm not having it.
Does that wrap us up? Have you got anything more you want to add?
I'm trying to think if I had any more stories.
to-
Oh
you
yeah,
wanna
no,
defend
I've
your-
got
you wanna
one more.
defend yourself?
I've got no. I don't need to defend myself. I need to talk about you moaning. So, okay.
No
so
way.
17th hole, the 8th hole, 17th hole, right? Don't interrupt me. Don't you dare interrupt at any point of this story.
This is ridiculous.
I'm going to mute your mic if you say a word from now on into this, until this story's open. So, picture this. I'm on the green for 3 on a par 5. Josh is there for 4 with a shot.
Yes.
Yeah.
A 5 of a shot.
4 with a shot to start with.
4 of a shot.
Four of a
Start.
shot.
Yeah. No.
So Josh hits this putt, really good putt from distance, probably about 40 foot away to about 3.5 feet.
Incorrect.
So, no, I told you. If you say one more word, that mic's getting muted, mate.
So incorrect.
He had about 3.5 foot putt.
I had a length of the
So
putt.
I had, jeez, let me finish the story. I had about 10.5 foot putt up the hill. So Josh hits his putt, walking up. I'm just barking my ball, and he's there looking around like, anybody give me that? And Carl, my other playing partner, was like, I was like, no, that is not getting given. Not getting given.
Right.
Oh, well, we've been giving it all day. We've been giving it all day. We've been giving these all day. Why can't we have that? Why can't we have that?
Hold on a minute.
No.
Hold
That,
on. No.
Toys were out the pram.
Hold on a minute.
It was just longer than a putter length.
Shut up. It wasn't.
It was.
I put my putter in the hole,
No.
and then I put the club down on
And
the
I
floor,
swear
and
to
my
you-
marker was touching the putter. So here's the thing.
Swear to you.
Listen. Here's the thing. On the third hole of the round, Carl did exactly the same thing. Put his putter in the ground, put your putter to the ball, and it was the same distance.
No.
And we gave you the putt.
Yeah.
So these boys.
That was
No,
them.
these
These
boys,
different pole-
exactly.
different position,
different
mate.
hole. These boys think they play by their own rules. Want to try and beat us. Knew they weren't. It wasn't going to happen. That's the issue. That's the issue here.
Here's my thing.
So
to you.
here's the thing. Next time we're putting out. Everyone's putting out. End of.
Let me finish the story. So if that was for £100, we wouldn't have given it you. No, of course it wouldn't, because
Yeah, mate,
it's
but we
different-
were
it's
doing-
different pressure on it.
This
You
is-
can't compare
this
one
is-
putt
this-
to another. A putt at the start of the round is different to the putt at the end of the round.
Right.
There's
Okay.
more
Right.
pressure
Okay.
on that
Wait.
putt.
Hold on a minute. So you're telling me that the rules at the start of a round are different to the rules
It's
at
not
the
the
end of the
rules.
round?
It's up to discretion in match play. It's up to discretion.
This guy's a joker, mate.
It's up to
This
discretion.
guy is a joker. He thinks.
Discretion in it.
It's
It's
discretion.
absolute discretion.
We said put a length. It was put a length.
It
Can't-
wasn't. It was just bigger, mate.
There's so many expletive words I want to throw at you right now.
Anyway, let me carry on with this story. So he's there trotting away. Sam, his playing partner, gets in. You can't do this. You can't do this. Arms up in the air. They're there trotting away. I hit my putt just short. And they actually give me mine. Very nice of them. But it was an inch. So they give me my putt. And I'm looking at Carl. Carl like sort of walks over to me, and then him and Sam are sort of like conflabbing, and Josh is about to put his ball down, going through his routine, and goes to Carl. I'm going to wait till he stands over it, just before he pulls the trigger, and I'm going to give him the putt. So he got over the putter, and he's still chunting away. Then I'm like, oh, mate, it's all right, give it. Oh, no, I'll put it now. I mean, I'm just giving you the putt. But my point was...
Yeah, but your point is invalid, mate.
It's not, because they were playing match play...
Invalid, mate. Your point is invalid, because at the start of the round, we're giving...
Yes, but
everyone's
it's
giving...
a different situation. It's up to discretion.
Sorry, that's bollocks, mate. That's bollocks. That's not gentlemanly, is it? Exactly.
It's not, mate, but it's
exactly.
Ruthless.
Golf, a gentleman's game. Nice one. Still lost anyway, didn't you? So, cheers.
Can you hear the aggro in his voice?
I'm mega fuming.
You really want to kick off, don't you?
Mate, I'm not going to.
Yes.
I'm not going to, because we had the last laugh. So
fair play. You both played very well.
I didn't. I played horrendous. It was horrible in that weather.
No, you played. Considering the conditions, you played well.
Cheers, mate. You were all right.
Let's move on to the next section, lads and ladettes.
Yes.
Lads and lady. I can't get my words out. Apologies.
Let's move on to Tour Trash Talk. Okay.
Good strike, that, wasn't it?
I mean, not bad. Better than you would in Pigeon on the first Hillston Hall.
Anyway, carry on.
So, we're going to start with the PNC Championship. Okay. And firstly, I'd never actually heard of this event, but it's been going for a few years, and it is quality. So basically, if you've not heard of it, what happens is basically all the major winners, isn't it, or people who have won major championships can enter, and they play with a member of their family. So the winners of the event were Justin Thomas, and he played with his dad, Mike Thomas, who's actually a coaching pro.
Yeah, I think he coaches Justin.
Yeah, but he is a player, as we're
going to say in a minute.
Justin is, but they finished
is he a good player, mate?
He
is he a good player, Justin?
No, shut up.
I think he is. Is he? He's a good player?
So basically...
I think he's pretty good, mate. He's won a major championship. He won a few tour
events. Dad. Anyway, so they finished on 25 under par it was a 2-round competition. Okay. On their final round, they were 15 under par.
That's ridiculous.
That is absolutely
ridiculous. Getting the scorecard up here.
I'm just going to pull the scorecard up.
From memory, when looking at this before, they had 3 pars in the whole round, didn't they? The rest were birdies.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. So they went, here we go. Right, they went birdie, 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 par, birdie. So basically they birdied 8 out of the first 9 holes. They then went birdie, birdie, par, birdie, 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 par, birdie. That is ridiculous. That is just like unheard of. They basically tore the course apart. So they were 15 under. So basically they've pretty much come from nowhere to win as well, which is mad. So fantastic. Like,
there's another bit that we really liked in this as well. When they're playing with Tiger.
Playing with Tiger and Charlie. So I was gonna go through the leaderboard.
Okay, go through the leaderboard. Okay,
we'll get on to that in a sec. So then second was
Pause
team.
1 minute. See what she's got in that. Here we go. Don't pause it. We'll just keep it. Okay. What have you got in your mouth?
I think she was chewing that.
What was she doing?
The coat.
Oh, my coat. Oh, that's so good.
You're gonna have to edit this, mate.
Yeah, it's fine, but it'd be easy. I'm just thinking for this. If I cut that there and cut that, it's hard to sync up the audio.
Right, okay.
But I can just cut that. That's fine. So, scores.
So second was Team Singh with 24 under.
Is that VJ Singh?
VJ Singh and his son. And then Team O'Meara and Team Trevino were tied third at 23 under par. So some decent scoring going on. But the
story of the
big
week,
story of the week, was Charlie Woods. He basically took over. The PJ Tour social media was all about him. Like, he just turned up, and it was amazing to see. The kid's 11 years old, and he strikes the ball
pure,
so pure. Like, and we both said Tiger Woods is creating a monster.
Mate, the internet erupted when they both walked out in all red.
Yeah, on the Sunday. So they both wore red with black on the Sunday, didn't they? And they matched both days. They matched, didn't they? They're purple and black on the first day. But the kid was unreal.
Like a 200 yards, something 5 wood or 3 wood.
Yeah,
so like 5 feet for
5 wood or
something.
Yeah, so in the first round, he hit this big like hooky draw like he had to hook it around the corner, didn't he, to get to the flag, and stuck it to like 3 feet with a 5-wood. Like,
you know what? Fair play, Chevelle. Like looking at that, like your dad's Tiger Woods. Think how much pressure the whole golfing world is looking at you to be like the next superstar because of who your dad is. He could have easily like sort of like melted away and not played well very, very easily.
Yeah, definitely. But he just stepped up to Matt. But like, it's when you watch them and you watch him on the range next to his dad. Yeah. It's the mannerisms are just the same. Like every shot is like posing the shot, and then he's got the club twirl. Yeah. Like just unreal. But it was also the fact of the confidence that the kid's got. So okay, he played shots like that 5 ways, and his dad stood behind him. He's played that shot, but he's teeing off about 150 yards ahead of the rest of the field, obviously because he's only 11 years old, and he'd go and tee off first, and he's like, he'd hit his driver. And before the ball's even, like you said, a quarter of a way through the flight, he's picked the tee peg up and he's turned around and he's giving his dad the thumbs up on the tee. Like,
Dad, don't you bother, lad.
Yeah,
Come
we're
with
all
me.
right. We're down there, like, ridiculous. But the other thing as well is you saw the relationship that he had with Justin Thomas. So even on the range before, but they played with him the first round. And there was one point where he's obviously teed off further down. They've teed off from the back tees. And he's walked up there to his ball, and on the way past, Justin Thomas is in the bunker, and he's left a note in this bunker that says "draw hole" for him, like on a piece of paper. Like the kid's just, if he carries on going like he's going, he's going to do exactly what his dad did.
That's the thing, though. Like, there's a lot of pressure for him to carry on doing what he's doing, and
there is a lot of pressure. But if you can do that at 11 years old,
yeah, it's a fair point. He's grown up around that pressure.
This is the thing. It's not like he's. There's someone hidden in the trees recording this. He's in front of cameras. Like he's on the stage in front of cameras all over social media. It's not like it's some dodgy, like, you know, like him practicing with his dad in his garden and a paparazzi over the fence. It's like he's in the spotlight. So, and the fact that he's taking that in his stride at 11, if he keeps doing that, mate, the kid's going to be incredible. Like, incredible. He got his first eagle. Like, and they finished 20 under par as a team.
Was he the youngest compared to that?
I think he was. I know Kutcher had his kids there, but I don't think they were that young. And obviously, John Daly had his son there, but he's not that young either. He's obviously a teenager or maybe early 20s, so I think he was the youngest there. But I think they finished like tied 7th.
That's pretty good.
Like,
to get paid for it, I wonder.
There must be some, or maybe it goes to charity. I don't know, but
probably goes to charity, didn't it?
Yeah, but like, definitely one to look out for because he was just.
Are we calling it right now? We're going to say he's going to win a major championship at some point.
Mate.
What won first? By the way, there'll be some odds on this, by the way.
I know. I reckon first. I mean, I don't know. It depends. It depends when he goes pro and what time of the year goes pro.
Oh, look at him thinking, what's time he goes pro?
No, it does though, doesn't it? Because if he goes pro at the start of the year, the first major he plays in is the Masters. Because this is the thing as well. This thing with him is, it's not like he's going to go into majors blind, is it?
No, that's what I'm saying.
His dad's going to be like, hit it here, do this, do that.
You probably fancy him to win the Masters as his first major because his dad's won there so many times and he's got so much experience of where not to hit it, where to hit it.
Yeah.
So it's probably one of the ones we'd say.
Here's something for you. Do you reckon his dad had caddy for him? Can you imagine that? You got to think of his
here.
His dad retires, starts caddying for him.
He's 11 right now.
Yeah.
So realistically, probably will play, if he carries on playing golf, that is, Masters, I'd say around about 20. Let's say 20.
Yeah, because, normally the routing is like you go to college.
Amateur career, go to college. So let's say 21.
Yeah, 20.
So in 10 years'
how old was Ty when he won his?
Yeah, but it's different. He didn't go through college.
But that's the thing. If he's going to go down any route, he's potentially going to follow his route of his dad.
Yeah, okay, but let's say 10 years conservatively.
Yeah.
So Tiger's going to probably still be possibly playing in the next 10 years.
Maybe,
especially the majors.
It depends with his injuries.
Like Sandy Lyle still plays now. Like he won the Masters like probably nearly 20 years ago.
Imagine that
pairing. Imagine that in the final round.
Imagine that grouping on the first day. Him, his dad.
On the tee from Jupiter, Florida, Tiger Woods. On the tee from Jupiter, Florida. What's his son's name? Charlie Woods.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. But I think he's obviously got a bright future.
There's one thing we're missing about this. Joe LaCava. Caddy to Tiger Woods. His son was actually caddying for Charlie. Yeah. It's now time to get into what you've all been waiting for. No, it's not the what's in your beef bit yet. It's highlights of the year. So we're going to round up some of our favourite moments. Now, these not necessarily just our winners. These are like moments throughout golfing history of 2020. Now, that wasn't very big because it was a very curtailed season. But okay.
I think that's something that we need to touch on first, though, is this. We're picking these highlights out because it's been a very, very strange year for everyone. And I think...
Do you know what we forgot to say? Merry Christmas, everybody.
Well, technically it's Wednesday.
Yeah, but when that's the last time I'm going to speak to people.
I mean, I would have said it at the end. But anyway.
Sorry.
Anyway, it's been a very, very strange year for everyone. I think if there's any sport that has benefited, and this sounds horrible, but benefited
No, I know
from
what you mean.
It is golf. Like
100%.
From a club perspective, clubs are absolutely booming now. And I imagine from not spectators at the course, but from spectators from television, TV
100%
will be way up because it was the first sport that came back. It's probably the easiest sport to maintain the social distancing in and things like that. So I think for golf itself, it's okay. We've missed a lot of the year, but it's been a good year. And that's where we want to pick out some of our highlights from that, from the PGA Tour, from the European Tour. And I'm going to start with my man, Bryson DeChambeau.
Ooh, Bryson! I hope everybody's listening to this going at the same time as me. Ooh, Bryson! Josh off again. Bryson. Oh, wait, no, when you finish, mate.
Not only did he make the most of his lockdown.
What, you still going on about it?
Yeah. Not only did he make the most of his lockdown in his old bulking up, but he's changed the game.
Yeah.
Like, he's put a whole new aspect on the game, winning the US Open at Winged Foot, and the way that he did it, it's not just the way, because obviously you said previously today, just before, that they try and make that as hard as possible.
Yeah, that would have tricked up, and they tricked it up especially to probably not make him win it.
Exactly, and he just said no.
Well, it was all about it at the start of the week, wasn't it?
Yeah,
really.
And he said no, I'm going to hit as far as I can, and I'm going to wedge on, and he did that all week, and he did it unbelievably. He putted unbelievably down to the very, very last putt, and I think the way he's changing the game, the things that he's doing, I'm not going to go on about it too much, but I think he has to be.
You done it too much.
He has to be in there as a highlight of the year, definitely.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think, I'm going to say it, it's only good for the game.
Yeah, 100%.
All you haters, shut up.
So next, we're going to talk about DJ.
And
Dustin
the FedEx.
Johnson. He won the FedEx
Tour Championship.
Yeah, and he also obviously got
Won
his
the Masters.
coveted green jacket.
I just want to say, we didn't actually I can't remember if we pulled this out at the time when his wife walked on. She's sponsored by it.
You did mention
all
it, yeah.
in the green.
All in green.
What it is, if DJ wins, you need to make sure you're in that green hoodie of ours.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have one. Let me fly one out to you right now because he's gonna win.
Exactly. But what a year it's been for him. Like, okay, he won those two events, but his whole PGA Tour, the way he's played on tour has just been incredible.
And I think that meant a lot to him because he was at university and grew up not far from there.
Yeah, exactly. And he was a worthy winner. Like, he ran away with it. He sort of schooled the field a little bit, I think. And
plodded along.
Yeah, he just swaggered around the golf course on the last day.
I do get it. You think he's got like a massive swagger, don't you?
He does, mate. But that's a good thing. I think that obviously helped him.
If you're a member of a golf club, it's not.
Oh, we'll get to that. But
yes.
He
Get me
basically,
to what's the beef?
He basically swaggered around that golf course and said, "Come on, then, come and get me." And he just
no one did,
and he just put his foot on the throat and closed it out. And I think he definitely is up there with one of the golfers of the year because of that in itself. Just that.
Do you know my favourite moment out of all that is when his brother was crying when they basically knew that he'd won. Yeah. I didn't think he was like that. I don't think the media portrays that side of him. They portray the side of him like you've seen that Connor sketches. He plays side of him like, yeah, I don't really show any emotion, man, and I'll ruin everything. But actually,
he couldn't, like, in that interview
the human
after,
side. He couldn't put a word together.
He couldn't talk, and he was like, he was so, what's going on? I can't talk, but yeah, like, unbelievable year for him. Yeah, unbelievable year for him. Like, just an incredible golfer. So, and will he do it again? That's the question.
I think this. I know he's already won a major championship, but I personally think that might open the floodgates to a lot more.
Yeah, so do I. Definitely. Okay, next one.
Okay, John Rahm. Now, if you're seeing a bit of a theme here about people who have won a lot this year, they all bomb it.
Absolutely.
Which is going back to. Sorry to talk about everybody, but Bryson.
Oh, Bryson.
Mate, I'm doing it because of you. He is doing what he's doing just purely because he's seeing that long hitters win. And fair play. But also, Matt, short players win.
This thing
No,
that
I'm joking. You're not that short. Wow.
Wow. But also, just while you've mentioned Bryson again, we didn't mention about him in the simulator this week.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
308 yard, 8 iron.
Yeah. Well, that was thingy on it.
Yeah.
Cowbitch, but he was also in the simulator, like getting his ball speed just so high, like
Do that one-handed.
Mate, like the guy, he's like swinging out of his shirt.
You see, like he was standing upright. He was like this, like
yeah,
walking in like
this.
Bang!
This is the thing. He's like hyping himself up to it. I want to see him do that on the first tee at an event, like,
mate,
like marching around the tee box.
Caddy just goes, "What it is? Everybody make some noise. Get some like rap music on.
Clapping him in. Like,
come on, what it is? Come on, boom!
Like unbelievable.
Anyway, back to John Ram.
Yeah, you're right though. You are right in what you say. Like
golf's going that way, but I'm not going to go and preach about it. It's a good thing. So stop moaning. Don't even want to entertain you. You're running the game. Shut up.
Exactly.
B&W Championship at Olympia Fields. Class.
Yeah.
We'll gloss over that because I think this is more impressive.
Also, before we get to that though, that putt. I'm not sure if it was.
Oh yeah. It was a putt at the end and it was a putt in the playoff.
Yeah. Guys.
Against Dustin.
Yeah, Dustin hit one putt and he hit the other in the playoff where it was like round the corner. They've even got a marker on that green now. This is where he hit it from. Try and hit that putt. Like the guy, that putt was just a joke. And
I'd love to go and do one day. Is go and take that putt on.
Yeah. Oh,
anybody want to fly us out there?
Yeah. It'd be much appreciated.
We'll take it on. We'll have 100 putts, and I bet you we don't make one of them.
I definitely would.
There'll be scenes. There'll be absolute scenes if one was made one of them.
Imagine just rocked up to see it first time. That was a short video, wasn't it?
What the hell is everybody on about? This is an absolute piece of piss.
But then
this is the moment. This is the moment. This is probably one of my favourite moments off the golf course of the year.
Yeah, that shot on his practice round on the par 3 at the Masters, skimming it across the water on his birthday, rolling it round the green and dropping it into hole for a hole in one. Like, guy's a machine. Ridiculous. Like,
that takes so much skill, you know.
This thing, as much as okay, there is an element of luck in it, but the skill to skim it across the water like that. Okay, I would say the luck is where it's popped up. The way it's popped up onto the green. Okay, it's aiming but you're
skim across the water is not necessarily like luck because it's gonna you hit it with a certain loft and you hit down, it's gonna come out and skim. But the absolute luck is where obviously coming out of the water, hitting the bank, and it's got to get the absolute right kick. It's got to stun it a little bit, pop it up, and
then you got to have that line around the green. But he did it, and it was phenomenal. Like,
I just wish there was a crowd there.
Yeah,
it would have gone absolutely off.
It went off anyway, and like there's just players on the course.
But you know,
it's true. You're right.
It would with a crowd there, he would have probably done like a knee slide. Yeah. Maybe not knee slide.
But I mean,
Sergio Ramos,
imagine,
but, Ronaldo.
Like, unbelievable.
Let's get into what's your beef. Now, this story that's being sent in is basically revolved around golf clubs.
Yes.
So,
it's a bit of a strange one. So we basically had an email in saying that this gentleman that sent it in, we're not going to name him or the golf club because
don't want this person to get in trouble.
But he basically said he joined a golf club recently, got his first handicap, and he's won a couple of comps. That's sort of like the start of it. He's then basically just got a load of shit. Yeah,
basically. So imagine this, right? You're a sports person, you play golf. What's the aim of the game, Josh?
Win.
Yeah, it's not to not win, is it?
No. Like,
right, within this email, this person basically said, like, I'm not bothered about keeping a high handicap.
Not protecting his handicap.
No, I want to get down. I want them to cut me. Now, the thing that I got the issue with this is, and this is why I got my beef. So imagine this: you've joined a golf club, you've won 2 comps, everyone's giving you shit. The pro, all the people at the golf club calling you all sorts of names, and this guy was like, it's just, what's the crack here? If I was a cricketer and I had 2 centuries in a row, people would be like, oh my God, that's so good. So, my issue with this is, people at golf clubs don't think it's all right to win all the time.
But that's ridiculous.
But they don't know. They don't know, mate.
No,
they don't.
And I completely agree with you with what you're saying, but it's a joke. Like
100%.
If I turn up to play, I turn up to win. This guy turns up to play, he's turning up to try and win.
If Tiger Woods apologises for winning twice in a row.
No. So
Did Bezadenho apologise for winning twice in a row?
No, and this is the thing. It's the point of why is he getting shit? But he's basically said it as like, okay, he went in the pro shop and the pro said something, but he's also said it in the sense of there's like murmuring.
Yeah. So to kind of give you a full rest of the picture here, the comp was played and their score was up in this team comp that this person is playing partner play. We don't know the playing partner's name. And the score was put up, then taken down, and then the results have been published with the scores not there. Sorry? He's there like people are talking about me, people are doing this, people that. I'm sorry, golf clubs, right? What are you doing? Let people win. Who cares? People are meant to win. If John, who plays off 55, can't win, fuck him. I mean, it's true, isn't it? It is literally true.
Or if it's the other way, because he said he's like a mid handicapper.
Yeah.
So, but this is the thing. He said he went into the pro shop in the email. Said when the pro said it to me, I said to him, tell him to cut me.
Yeah.
Because, it grates on me a little bit.
My annoying thing is, I'm going to say it again. There's attitude around golf clubs where you can't win because you've got to let it share around. If you're not good enough to win, you're not good enough to win. Do something about it. Get lessons. And then the whole thing about bullying someone that's new at a golf club. Well, I'm sorry. Golf clubs are not in the situation to be able to do that. Yes, lots of people have joined this year. But overall, I'm not being funny, golf clubs need money. Golf clubs need members. And if that's how people want to treat people, if I was you, if it was not sorted in that comp, and hopefully you can send us an email, I would go to the office and say, I want my money back. This is a disgrace. I'll go and join a golf club that lets people win.
I was going to say,
boom,
you were within your right mind to be leaning back saying that, weren't you?
100%. Why would you rejoin? Why would you want to carry on?
No, absolutely.
You're paying just as much money as everybody else. You enter the comp like everybody else. You play the rules like everybody else. You got your handicap, which the club gave you your handicap, and you win.
Yeah. But here's the thing as well, though. If they cut him, and they cut him down to single figures, and he keeps winning, and
he's obviously working hard at his game.
He's working hard at his game, but obviously, I bet the club would go to him and say, will you play this event for us? Will you be on this team?
Get into the scratch team or whatever, or play in the Dun & Forest team, or whatever it is.
So, surely you want players like that in your golf club? I completely agree with everything.
It makes my blood boil.
Yes. Right.
So, you know who you are if you listen to this. Do send us an update on if those scores are put in, because, honestly, if they're not, we'll bring it up on the podcast.
Yes.
Again. Absolutely. Because I think, actually, if it's not put in, I think I'll mention the golf club that he's mentioned in the email. I will 100% do this. If the scores aren't put in, watch out on my Twitter, watch out on my Instagram, because I will.
And the pod.
And I will. Yeah, I'll go in.
You'll use your clout, will you, mate?
I've not got much clout, but sounded really threatening. I'll tell you off on Instagram. I won't be rude. I'll just put it is how it is, and let's let the judge. I'll be the judge, and let the jury decide, as in everybody else, what the crack is.
Yeah, mate, that's fine. I completely agree with you, and I think that'd be the right thing to do. So we're gonna move now onto my beef.
Yeah, mate, you played a comp the other week, and someone was trying to tell you how to hit every shot. Right. He gets me this all the time.
Let me tell you the story. So, me and Sam entered a comp.
Mate, this gets me every time.
And entered the team comp, and we dovetailed quite well.
So, what was the team comp? It was a Texas Scramble, wasn't it, you said?
Yeah. Texas Scramble. So, I know some people may not know what that is, most people will. Basically, you both play a shot off the tee, then you choose the best ball, and you both play a shot from there, then you choose the best ball on the green, and then you both put from there. Right? And then you pick the next one until you get the ball in the hole. So it basically started from the word go, right? We turned up, these two blokes in another team that we don't know. In fact, I tell a lie, I'd actually played with one of them before.
When you get your handicap?
Yeah. And it seemed alright, to be honest. We turned up, and from the word go, they were just commenting on everything.
I think you should go from the start here, because basically, I went to the gym with Josh after he played this comp. He's like, mate, walked off the first tee.
Yeah. And
Josh has got an F9 with like an aftermarket shaft in it. It looks really cool. It's a blue shaft. It's not one you buy stock. You have to buy the shaft separately and put it in. And Josh hits this drive on the first, and the guy goes, well, you've ruined that driver, mate.
Mate, it was.
Have I? I don't think I quite have.
This thing at the time, it caught me off guard. Like, I was a bit like,
Has he
Bloody
really
hell.
just said that?
Why? Why does it matter to you what my driver looks like? And B, why are you commenting anyway? But apparently,
And C, shut up.
But apparently, Sam said they were stood at the back of the tee box going, stiff shaft, he'll have a fast swing. Stiff shaft, he'll have a fast swing. Like chunnering away.
Oh, I would have lost my shit.
So anyway, I hit a lovely drive, like just around the side of the fairway for a change, not in the Mersey, and we picked my ball. Splash. So we picked my ball, we put it up to the green, and then we're on to the next hole. Okay, Sam piped a driver down the middle, and I put one to the left hand side of the fairway, but so the way it worked, it was only a 9-hole comp, and you had to use four of each,
and
I had a 1-3. So we decided to use Sam's. It was a bit closer to the corner, but we had a shot in, so we thought this is probably a good one to use yours on because
bank it early.
Yeah, bank it early. You've hit a really good drive. So Sam then hits a shot, and he took it. We had a wedge in, and he didn't catch it the cleanest, and it sort of knifed a little bit, but it caught a tree and it sort of popped through, right? And he knew it wasn't the best shot, but obviously this is a good thing about Tech Scramble. It doesn't really matter because you know you're playing part of your back, like some of my back at points and I had his back. But this guy turns to him and goes, "Oh, do you know what you did there? Do you know what you did? Look, in my lessons, this is what my pro says. You need to have your weight on your left foot. Your weight on your left foot." And me and Sam were sort of stood there thinking,
"Hang on,
what are you doing? Like, why?" So anyway, it gets worse, right? So the next hole, we at this point, like, me and Sam are like walking together, thinking,
we've got to beat these two.
No, wait, are they going to carry on with this? Are they going to carry on with this? So get to the next hole, it's a par 4. So Sam said, right, he's going to hit an iron first.
This is the 4th, isn't it?
The third,
sorry.
He's going to. It's like a slightly right to left.
You can hit driver, but basically
driver.
it gets really narrow where driver lands.
Yeah, you can hit driver, but the smart players hit an iron. Yeah. So Sam says, I'll hit an iron, and then you just have a go if I hit a decent one. Because I've been hitting my driver quite well. Yeah, sound. So he absolutely stripes this 4 iron, right? And the ball, and I mean like leathers it. I then pipe a driver like 30 yards further than his ball. They both hit driver off the tee.
Want to get that then, didn't you? 30 yards further than his ball. Yeah.
But he did it 4 iron. He hit a really good 4 iron. So we're walking up there, and Sam, we're talking about whose shot we're going to take, and I said, well, mine's on a slight, there's like a slight bump in the fairway.
Like fairways are like this, isn't it?
Yeah, so I'm on a slight up slope. Obviously, I'm closer, but I'm on a slight up slope. You've got a line in from your shot.
Again, you can bank another one of Sam's stripes.
Yeah, so, but what we did was, we've obviously walked past both of their drives.
Sam's hit 4 iron past
to Sam's ball, right? And then we've gone, yeah, we'll use this out. And I've jogged and got my ball from further up the fairway. Right?
They must have been boiling their piss over that.
Yeah, mate. But so then we play in, we put out, and we're on to a par 3. So I hit one onto the green. Sam pulls on his slightly left. One of theirs went right. One of theirs went left. I know, sorry, one went on the green, one went left. But Sam's ball plugged. So we're looking for the ball, right? And we're walking around the green, and he goes, "What ball did you hit?" One of these blokes. "What ball did you hit?" I went, "Oh, I hit TaylorMade." "TaylorMade? What are you hitting TaylorMade for? Why are you hitting TaylorMade in the winter? It's winter golf. Why are you hitting TaylorMade? You should be hitting a Dunlop or something. Why are you hitting TaylorMade?" And we were like looking at each other thinking,
"Shut up! I choose what ball I want."
Like, what's it to you? What ball I use, kind of thing. So we just sort of batted it off, found the ball, but he kept going on about it. So we then played the next hole.
But why does it bother him?
Mate.
Why does it bother him?
Mate, we then played the next hole, and Sam plays TaylorMade. And Sam's third shot was a shot over the bunker. My third shot was from the edge of the green, but downhill to the hole. And we decided between us that we were going to take my shot because we didn't want to play over the bunker.
Fair point. Because why would you? If muddy lie, you could fast it in.
Muddy lie, one of you, the first one fats it in. All the second one's thinking is,
don't fat it in, don't fat it in, fat.
So I thought, well, we've got a tricky shot downhill, but we'll take it. So we played the shot. I run it just past the hole. Sam putted it, which was a smart move, and was just sort of past the hole, but not as far as mine. So he chose Sam's ball. The guy comes over to me. "Why do you do that? Why don't you hit from up there uphill? Why are you doing that? Why did you do this? Why would you play that shot?" And I'm thinking, and I literally said to him at this point, I said, "Oh, because I didn't want to hit over a bunker, and I prefer that shot." So and at this point, like me and Sam,
mate, if I was caddying for you, I would have just said, I would have just told him to never speak. I've done this before. Someone's been playing with me and they're like, get down to my golf ball. I said to the person from like the third hole, if you talk to my golf ball again, it'll be the last time you talk to my golf ball. They didn't talk to my golf ball ever again.
No, mate. But this thing though, it didn't stop. Like, so the next hole's a long par 5, and I know I'm talking through the round here basically, but
You love it, don't you?
Mate, it was just ridiculous. The next hole is a long par 5.
Long par 5 with a slight dog leg right. I hit this drive, it's a little bit out of the toe, and then
No.
I got it a little bit thin out of the heel.
Ruining my story. So Sam sticks a TaylorMade in the water, right? What ball was that? Sounds like TaylorMade. Mate, why ain't it TaylorMade? Why ain't it TaylorMade? Oh, mate, ridiculous.
I'll use a TaylorMade if I want to use a TaylorMade,
Yeah.
mate.
So I hit one down the middle.
Thing is, though, and my theory of this is, if you use a better ball, chipping around the greens, all this aspect, it's going to be able to play better. If you're trying to chip with a
100%,
potato,
mate.
it's going to end up
Mate,
absolute.
100%. I said that. I said, if you're practicing, fair enough, play a rubbish ball.
Yeah, if you were just playing you and Sam, you wouldn't play with a brand
No,
new
I
ball.
wouldn't, but
You'd use an old ball out your bag.
I'm playing in a comp. I want a ball that I know
Give
is
you
gonna
best chance
me
of
the
winning.
Best chance of winning.
Yeah.
So Sam then we choose my ball that's down the fairway. Sam then hits the purest 3-wood I've ever seen. Like, stuck it to like 230 yards to like 6 to 8 foot. Right, unreal.
It's getting closer each time you mention the story.
I know it is. Not once.
Be 2 feet by next week, lads.
Bear in mind everything that they've commented on.
Yeah.
Not once did either of them go, nice shot, mate.
That annoys me as well.
Right.
How can you not say nice shot after something like that?
Right, ridiculous, mate. So, but I also said, Sam, what balls have you got in your bag? And he went, well, I've got these TaylorMades, I've got Titleist, I've got a couple of Pro V1s, and I've got these Strixons. I said, play the Strixon, and we'll get down there. And I guarantee one of them go, oh, you're playing Strixon, are you, mate? So we get down there, Sam puts his ball down, oh, you're playing Strixon, are you, mate? And he went, yeah, Z-Star, turned it over, like, still a premium ball, mate. Like, just leave
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah, but they just carried on, mate, like.
But why, though? They must have had an agenda all day to go, you know what, we're playing with these two.
Yeah, but
We're going to have them.
But what they don't realise is they've done is, especially
The more you've
with me
done
and
it.
Sam, is they've gone down that route, and it was literally at that point where Sam hit that 3-wood. We were walking down the fairway, and we said to each other, it doesn't matter where we finish, we're just beating these two today. Backfired on them, like, and it was just weird. Like they kept doing it the whole way through.
I'll put your name down with them again and just absolutely ridicule them.
But
2 wrongs in this case make a right.
But that is my beef. My beef is, don't comment on other people's games. Worry about your own game.
Yeah.
Because on that par 5, they did the same thing that I didn't do. They didn't hit over a bunker to the hole. They played downhill.
So they didn't have to play with a bunker.
So they didn't have to play over a bunker. So what you could? Oh.
So my beef with that is, number 1, these are my rules if you ever play golf with me or Josh
Or anyone.
or anyone.
Be polite.
Don't comment on their golf ball unless it's to say nice shot
Yeah.
or I found it, mate. Don't worry,
Yeah,
I found that.
Or even as far as, oh, unlucky, mate.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't go get down, get up, get left, get right. It can't hear you, the golf ball. All it's going to do is rile your playing partner. And finally, don't tell anybody else how to play the game of golf.
yeah.
Shut up.
Or comment on equipment or anything. Just be pleasant.
And use the best ball you can afford.
Yeah. 100%.
That's my opinion.
Especially if you're playing in a comp, you want to use a ball. That's
If
gonna
you're doing
give you the
shooting,
best
right,
chance.
you won't go and buy dodgy cheap bullets, would you? It might explode in your gun.
Exactly. Practice.
I've never used that analogy before.
That's
but
a really weird analogy, but it makes sense.
It makes sense.
But let's think. Practice with a ball, I would say practice with a more affordable ball. Play with a ball that you're going to have the best chance of winning. It's going to give you the best response around the greens that you feel confident in. 100%.
110%. So that wraps it up for our Christmas special. Sorry about the Christmas jumpers. Josh wouldn't wear one. I know you can't see it on the podcast, but Josh wouldn't wear one. So we just want to say thank you for the support so far for the pod.
We're
This
over
is episode
700 downloads now.
So I really hope you enjoyed having a little bit of an insight into our How to Ruin a Good Walk podcast. As you can see, we just talk absolute trash for an hour.
Yeah, we really enjoy doing this, guys. You can find it on Apple and Spotify and Google and Podbean and everything. It's on there.
Come on, you just say you find it on any podcast.
I know, yeah. Any good podcast provider, it'll be on there. You'll see a picture
No
of
network charges are.
You'll see a picture of our ugly mugs as the thumbnail for it. And we appreciate all your support. We hope you've enjoyed sort of a look behind the scenes of this. But the show, as normal, will be back
in the new year.
We will be back. I will don the post-box outfit for you all.
We told you.
As promised.
We told you that's happened.
It will happen.
So if you did enjoy this little version, well, head over to our podcast. The link is down below, and you can listen to all the episodes. You've watched episode 8, so we hope you've enjoyed a little bit of a sneak peek into this one. But if you enjoyed this content, guys, we really would appreciate it if you could hit that big red subscribe button.
Yeah.
That one down there, and show this video some love on Christmas. Hopefully you can share this with somebody, because we know Christmas is not as good as it could be this year. We can't really see everybody we want.
Yeah.
So hopefully if you share this with somebody, they might have a bit of a laugh.
Yeah. Merry Christmas from us. Have a good New Year. Stay safe. Look after each other. And we'll see you in the New Year.